The night was electric. The stars were out in full force for the annual Met Gala, the ultimate gathering of power, beauty, and influence. The city's streets were flooded with limousines, and the world's elite had gathered under the dazzling lights of the Manhattan skyline. But for one man, this night would be more than just a moment to bask in the spotlight. It would become a confrontation that would change everything. Donald Trump stepped out of his black SUV, his signature red tie tight against his neck, his gaze as sharp as ever. He'd been invited, as usual, to rub elbows with the creme de la creme of the entertainment world. But tonight, something felt off. It wasn't the glitzy fashion, the click of cameras, or the flashing lights from every angle. No, what unnerved him was the presence of one Hollywood star who, despite their mutual circles, had never quite been on his side, Oscar-winning actress Victoria Steele. Victoria was no ordinary celebrity. Known for her unapologetic views and fierce independence, she was the queen of high-profile social causes and had publicly criticized Trump on multiple occasions. Her opinions were well known and her platform was powerful. To Trump, she wasn't just another actress, she was a threat, a reminder of the world he didn't control. As he made his way down the red carpet, the whispers began. The press knew. They could feel the tension crackling in the air like static electricity. Everyone knew this wasn't going to be just another gala. Then, the moment came. Trump reached the entrance and spotted Victoria standing with a group of industry bigwigs. Her elegant gown shimmered under the lights, but her eyes, sharp and calculating, never left his. There was no smile, no courteous nod of recognition. Just an icy stare that pierced through him. Trump, ever the master of confrontation, approached her with a confident stride, his smirk never wavering. "You look lovely, Victoria," he said, the words calculated to break the silence. Victoria didn't flinch. Instead, she gave him a cold smile, the kind that doesn't warm the soul. "I see the man who turned this country upside down is still at it, making waves in the shallow end of society," she replied, her voice low but full of venom. The crowd around them went silent. It was as if the universe had paused to witness the storm brewing between them. Trump's face tightened, but he held his ground. He had weathered storms far more intense than this one. "I've been busy," he replied smoothly, not missing a beat. "But I'm sure you've been busy fighting battles that make headlines. It must be exhausting." Victoria's eyes narrowed. "Exhausting?" she repeated, almost mocking him. "No, Mr. Trump. It's exhausting watching someone like you play God with people's lives. It's exhausting to watch a man who never had to fight for anything speak to people as if he has all the answers." A moment of silence passed between them. The weight of her words hung in the air, unspoken but understood by the few nearby. The tension was palpable. Trump had been known to handle adversity with an iron fist, but something about this exchange had gotten under his skin. He was used to people kissing his ring, offering praise, but this woman, this actress, had no interest in flattering him. She was speaking to him with a level of disdain that matched his own contempt for her kind. And that, somehow, made the situation even more dangerous. "I've built empires, Victoria," Trump said, his voice lowering into something colder. "And I'll continue to build them, whether you like it or not. You and your little Hollywood friends? You'll fade into the background eventually. I don't need your approval. I never did." The words stung. Victoria's eyes flickered for a split second, but she didn't back down. "And I'm sure your empire will be just as hollow as your character. But hey, enjoy your night in the spotlight. It won't last forever." It was a strike, and Trump felt it. For the first time that night, his confidence wavered. He wasn't used to losing battles like this, he wasn't used to being on the defensive. But then, something unexpected happened. The crowd, who had been standing back, waiting for the next move, suddenly erupted in applause. Some cheered for Trump's boldness. Others clapped for Victoria's courage to stand up to the billionaire who had, for so long, seemed untouchable. Victoria, ever the actress, took the moment in stride, giving a curt nod and walking away with an air of victory. Trump stood frozen, watching her disappear into the crowd, her gown trailing behind her like a symbol of everything he wasn't. And as the applause died down, a strange realization washed over him. In that brief moment, he hadn't won. For the first time, someone had taken the upper hand, and the public had noticed. Trump didn't need to say another word. The encounter was over. But the story? The story would follow him long after this night had ended. In the aftermath, the tabloids exploded. Headlines screamed, "Trump humiliated by Hollywood icon. Victoria steals the show." The internet buzzed with opinions, memes, and takes from every corner. Some cheered for Trump, others for Victoria, but one thing was clear: the narrative had shifted. The encounter wasn't just a fleeting moment, it was a power struggle, a clash of worlds that had left its mark. And in the end, the night's true victor wasn't just the actress or the billionaire, it was the spectacle itself.